We're going to be looking at wind turbines onshore. We're going to be looking at wind turbines offshore. We're going to look at electricity made from the tidal waves. We're going to be looking at liquid fuels for automobiles made from grass and seeds and bark and trees. We'll be looking at vehicles that you plug into your wall in your garage at night and drive all day. We are looking at an incredible change over the next several years. And whether you are in law or business, whether you're in accounting, whether you're in the technological areas, whether you're in the management areas, whether you're in the advertising areas, this field of energy just absolutely remarkable.
Welcome to AABE TV. My name is Bob Becker and I'm your guest host for this segment. And we have two great guests on our show today. First, I'd like to welcome Diane Oliver. Welcome to AABE TV.
Thank you for having me.
Diane is the Mid-Atlantic Regional Coordinator for AABE. She is also the Energy Supply Analyst at Pepco Holdings Incorporated. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Our other guest is Frank Stewert, and Frank is the President and COO of AABE. Frank, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bob.
This is a very exciting time in energy.
Indeed.
And part of AABE's mission has always been a scholarship, education, and advancing the next generation of leaders. Tell us a little bit about that. Why is this such an exciting time?
You're exactly right. This is a time where we really need to focus on preparing the next generation of leaders, because we're at a time where this industry, which is so large and so important, is at the early stages of an enormous change, an enormous revolution, essentially. Not unlike the introduction of electricity, and not unlike the introduction of television, not unlike the introduction of the cell phone. We will see our lives changed to the point 10 years from now where we won't even recognize some of the things we've had over the past. We've had an investment in research and technological development for the last 30, 40 years now, and all that's beginning to pay off. So we're seeing new types of power generation, we've seen new approaches to power generation, we're seeing new cost levels of power generation, and we're seeing untold new opportunities for young people to spend the next 30, 40, 50 years of a career in this business.
Wow. Diane, I'm going to say that I'm in high school, and I would assume that part of the opportunities are especially focused on science, technology, engineering, and math, but it is broader than that. Tell me, if I'm a high school student or a college student, what are the other opportunities available for me now in energy?
You can also major in business. You can get a law degree. We have all types of careers in the energy industry. As you said, not only engineers, we have environmental specialists, we have computer specialists, computer technicians. I could go on and on and on.
So how do I find out? And I know it's a different level if I'm in high school and I'm in college. And by the way, we can talk about this. There are AABE chapters, student chapters. Mm-hmm. We can get into that afterwards. But how do I know about my opportunities?
That's a very good question. The field is so broad and so complex that you can almost start anywhere. One good way is to get onto the website, talk to someone, or if you're bold enough, call one of the energy companies about, either the utility company or the oil and gas companies, the distribution companies, the supply companies, the service companies. They're all available and all eager to talk to you about potential careers in this field.
It could be a little intimidating.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
When you say, well, just call, if you're bold enough, just call one of these. But there is such a wonderful part of AABE, big part of AABE, that is really focused on bringing people along, and not just students, but also there's the greening of a lot of jobs that are possible also, but also advocating for a community. It's also more than just a job. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that aspect of it.
Well, I don't mean to take Diane's thunder, but the whole idea of being of service to everyone, and supplying a set of services that everybody needs every day is just a way of touching and improving the lives of everyone. And for young people now who are thinking about service, who are thinking about entrepreneurship, who are thinking about building a career for themselves, AABE is a way to begin working on that. AABE has a scholarship program that Diane is very much involved in, and actually heads the scholarship program for this region. She can tell you all about that. Right. But in addition to that, we've built another set of services around those students who want to pursue careers in energy, and we can tell you all about those also. Diane, why don't you tell about the scholarship program we have?
Yes, AABE has a wonderful scholarship program. We have given thousands of dollars in scholarships every year. It starts on the local level. Our chapters give scholarships to students. Then from there, they pick their top 3 and submit their top 3 to the National Committee. The National Committee will pick 6 regional winners for each of our region, and those winners get a $3,000 scholarship. From the regional winners, we select a premier winner, and that premier winner gets a $5,000 scholarship.
So last year between the chapter scholarships, the regional scholarships, and the national scholarships, we awarded in excess of $138,000 to students for college for this year alone. So we're on the order of about $200,000 and probably 1,000 or several hundred scholarships, 180 scholarships or so each year.
Yeah.
So every student has a chance in almost every major metropolitan area to work with their local AABE chapter, where scholarships will be awarded in that local chapter. There'll be scholarships awarded in the region and scholarships awarded nationally.
Now, I'd also like to mention that our scholarship program is complemented by our mentoring program. We mentor, the scholars from the time that they're awarded scholarships. They are matched with an AABE member, and that AABE member mentors or coaches the student throughout their college years and hopefully encourages them to pursue a career in the energy industry, and we call that building the pipeline.
A power-filled world of opportunity in emerging technologies, expanding domestic and global markets, unprecedented career and entrepreneurial opportunities for young people pursuing science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as for business, legal, and security majors. And now couldn't be a better time for considering a career in this energy industry and for becoming an energized member in the American Association of Blacks in Energy.
The energy industry is not only a good job field, it's an exciting opportunity for them. Looking at climate change, looking at renewable energy efficiency, we're talking about trillion-dollar markets. And no one has a corner on that market. Why not our young people?
A lot of our children don't necessarily know what great opportunities lie ahead for them in the energy industry, either working for energy companies like I am right now, being entrepreneurs, because there are going to be a lot of opportunities where these kids can get into this industry as it's evolving and have a very rich future, and at the same time really make a major impact in the energy industry.
So between initial scholarships, mentoring, summer employment, building a network, building careers, and building a resume, we hope that these students will, one, perform well. If they have problems or issues, they have someone to go to. They know that their career is waiting for them, and they understand what it means to be a professional in that career. They understand both the rewards and some of the difficulties, some of the challenges, some of the opportunities. So when they finish school, it's not a matter of what am I going to do, it's a matter of, oh, yes, this is what I want to do.
Also, in addition to the regional and then the national scholarships, becoming maybe a student or developing a student chapter or joining a student chapter, you're also getting mentoring all along the way there too. I mean, isn't this a great entry level to start thinking about what's possible even if you don't get a scholarship?
Oh, definitely. It definitely is. And, you know, I would encourage students to, you know, even if they don't get a scholarship, to try to network with energy professionals if that's what they're interested in, you know, because that could be a great networking opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get started? Where did the energy business start for you? Because there's probably people out there saying, I didn't think about energy. How did it start for you?
Well, actually for me it was job hunting through the paper, using the newspaper to look for a job. I saw an ad for Pepco, answered the ad, got an interview, and that started my career 26 years ago.
Wow. Now, this is very telling. Like 26 years, what feeds you there? Why 26 years? I mean, you went for a job. It didn't mean you had to live there. So what is it that keeps you there?
Well, you know, I've had several, I've worked in several different departments since I've been at the company, and each new department brings new opportunities, and you know, I've enjoyed being there for 26 years, or I guess I wouldn't still be
so.
wouldn't still be there. But just learning new things. You know, within the energy field, there are lots of opportunities, and you know, I have tried to take advantage of moving from one department to another just to learn more, you know, learn different things.
And part of that, this is the very interesting balance that I think that AABE always is mindful of and is so great at doing, and that is that you're representing your companies, you're representing your communities, and you talked before about the service component of that. Has that been a part? Is that another opportunity for you to know that there is a service component?
Yes, I think so. And being a member of AABE, I've actually been a member of AABE for 17 years. So I have enjoyed working with the scholarship program, and I just get you know, great fulfillment out of seeing the kids get a scholarship and going on to do great things.
What are my opportunities now as things are changing and expanding in a global market? What should I know if I'm in high school and college to start thinking about?
Well, literally, you can go from where your strengths are, from where your passion is. For those who have a passion for math, science, technology, and a lot of youngsters do, there are enormous opportunities in that area. What we're going to be seeing in the U.S. Very shortly is a great deal of remote sensing, a lot of computer-managed systems. We're looking at, within the next several years, redoing the entire national grid. Everywhere electricity flows from one end of the country to the other end of the country will be redone over this period of time to be more efficient. That's going to take an enormous effort, an enormous set of new designs, of new technologies, of new technological applications, and a number of exciting people who are going to be working in those areas. That's just one aspect of it. We're going to be looking at new generation technologies. We're going to be looking at wind turbines out west. We're going to be looking at wind turbines onshore. We're looking at wind turbines offshore. We're going to look at electricity made from the tidal waves. We'll be looking at liquid fuels for automobiles made from grass and seeds and bark and trees. We'll be looking at vehicles that you plug into your wall in your garage at night and drive all day. We are looking at an incredible change over the next several years. And whether you are in law or business, whether you're in accounting, whether you're in the technological areas, whether you're in the management areas, whether you're in the advertising areas, this field of energy just here in this U.S. will be just absolutely remarkable, let alone what we're going to see in the developing world.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And this is the time where young people, if you want to get in on the ground floor, if you want to have the opportunity to spread your wings, if you want to have the opportunity to know a virtually boundless opportunity for the future, here's where you ought to do it.
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy wonderful, but I mean, it is so. There's.
Let me give you an example.
Please.
I had the real great fortune to travel with Secretary O'Leary several years ago to India, as it turned out. And we went to a number of very, very rural villages there. In one village, they had put in literally a single light bulb in the ceiling of one home. And the secretary asked this lady who was at the home there, had that light bulb made a difference for her family? And she said, yes, the children can study, whereas they couldn't study before. The children next door come to study with my son, so all their grades are improving. And when my husband comes home from the fields at night, we can sit and talk. Now, for me, that was just remarkable, just amazing. But as it turned out, the secretary didn't stop there. She said, well, what do you talk about? And believe it, the woman said, we plan for the future of our sons.
Wow.
So it seems to me that if that kind of change in life can happen from one light bulb in one home, in one village, in some rural part of India, what could it do for all of those other villages, all those other homes, all those other countries in Asia and Latin America and South America where there are doctors and lawyers and teachers and researchers who never get the chance because they never have a chance to study. They never have a chance to go to high school, to go to college, to really fulfill their talents. From a simple light bulb, we are looking at a worldwide change that is going to be just absolutely remarkable.
Is that a part, the service component, something that's made obvious early on, aside from the career opportunities, but also that there is that for you if you want it, if you are called to service? Is that a big part of AABE?
Definitely. We have many committees that you can work on. If you're interested in working, we have a committee for you to work on.
But how does it, and when you say the committees, how does that directly correlate to what can be done in a community? Who does it affect? Who do you reach out to in your community?
Well, our focus has always been on the communities in our country who have had the least opportunities in these fields and areas. And all the data shows that for low-income, fixed-income, and minority communities, those youngsters have not had the kinds of opportunities, particularly to get into math and science areas, and that is going to be a large part of our future. So we spend a lot of time, we spend time within the community, we do community shows, we do fairs, we do community meetings, we spend a lot of time in the schools, as Diane has spent a lot of time in the schools here in the District of Columbia, meeting students, meeting the parents, and working in those areas. And you'd be impressed with the amount of desire that there is within these communities for information about energy. And as we move into the future, we're going to see more and more of that, I suspect. So that AABE has found no lack of opportunities for service. That's been wonderful.
That is, and you know, for me, my experience has been that when you're talking about an organization that you're a part of or a business that you're in, what translates is your excitement for what you do, because otherwise the rest of it can be a lecture. You know, but people are kind of watching you and say, why are you so excited about this? And I would imagine anyone watching you talk about, and you, that it's been that many years, 17 years in AABE, you talk about the opportunities, that unprecedented opportunities out there now. What would be, anyone watching now, any student saying, I want a piece of that, what would be a next step for them finding out? I know we spoke about this earlier, but what would you recommend?
Finding out about AABE, you can go to our website, and we have lots of good information on the website, so I would encourage a student to start there.
Mm-hmm. They could also get in touch with their guidance counselor. There will likely be some capability there to be in touch with AABE. If you're in your junior or senior year and you want to start talking about the potential for college and careers, there's the website. There's a web chapter in 37 different communities around the country. And they'd be eager to talk with you. Your guidance counselors should know about this. So please, just encourage everyone to be in touch and to see what the opportunities are for them.
I don't know how anyone just watching and listening to some of the things that we said wouldn't say, my God, what an incredible time we're in. So this is thrilling.
Let me just
please
just add a bit about some of the new technologies we're looking at. Solar cells. I mean, there was a time where that was a rather unusual sight, but now virtually every emergency telephone on every highway all across the country is powered by solar cells. In most municipalities, you don't pay money into a meter to park. You go to a kiosk that's available there. Virtually every detour sign on every road is photovoltaic powered now. You will see photovoltaic powers on the lights for most billboard signs now. And there are more and more new applications coming on every day. And that's just one. The opportunity for ground source heating, where literally your water would be pumped into pipes underground, where the temperature at 6 feet or so below, it stays a constant 55 degrees. That water then is pumped through those pipes, it's moved to 55 degrees, then it's pumped into your house. So, from 55 to 70 is all the cooling you have to do. You don't have to cool from 30 to 70. Wow. If you want to heat the temperature for outside, or if you want to cool, you've always got just that margin. So you're saving enormous amounts on heating and cooling, and that's a very, very simple application. That's just one. I mean, what we're going to see in terms of builders, what we're going to see in terms of commercial buildings, what we're going to see in terms of new appliances over the next many years is going to be, again, just an absolutely remarkable time.
The future is here.
The future is here.
So the American Association of Blacks in Energy, you'll see the passion. You'll sense something living. You'll sense the spirit of the people that is moving.
Without this organization, I never would have gotten my next opportunity. Every opportunity I've gotten through a networking or a relationship.
This has been the very best avenue that I have found for professionals to come together and understand the totality of the energy business.
When I became a member of AABE, I got such a broad education on different careers, on different aspects, operations of the energy industry, and learned a lot from my peers.
But the thing that makes me proud about my association with AABE is the opportunity to see people succeed, to see people advance, to see people learn, to see people grow, to see people become energized.
A power-filled world of opportunity in emerging technologies, expanding domestic and global markets, unprecedented career and entrepreneurial opportunities for young people pursuing science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as for business, legal, and security majors. And now couldn't be a better time for considering a career in this energy industry and for becoming an energized member in the American Association of Blacks in Energy.
The energy industry is not only a good job field, it's an exciting opportunity for them. Looking at climate change, looking at renewable energy efficiency, we're talking about trillion-dollar markets. And no one has a corner on that market. Why not our young people?
A lot of our children don't necessarily know what great opportunities lie ahead for them in the energy industry, either working for energy companies like I am right now, being entrepreneurs, because there are going to be a lot of opportunities where these kids can get into this industry as it's evolving and have a very rich future, and at the same time really make a major impact in the energy industry.
AABE is making a difference because I see the younger people coming up. I see the passion. I see the impact that we have made in their lives. I've seen people that we've offered internships and are now rising stars in their corporations or entrepreneurs. People that have the confidence to try new things because of their association with AABE.
The legislative process to some extent by the behavior that we have.
You can do this too. This is not impossible. This is achievable. This is attainable. This is, if you dream big, this is what you can do. This is not beyond the realm of possibilities. So I think that's what we're about. We're about possibilities, showing that they're achievable. If you lay the groundwork, lay that small foundation, do your homework, do your studies, get that math background, get the engineering background, get the science background, or the legal background, the accounting background, economics. There's all kinds of backgrounds that you can have for this arena.
People get satisfaction from their careers when they think they're doing something good for the community. And since energy touches everybody in the community, I think they get a great sense of satisfaction that they're making an accomplishment which is improving everybody's life.
So create a brighter future, make a difference in your community, enjoy a more successful and significant career. It's your career. Be powered by AABE. Well, this has been a great show. I think you get a sense of the excitement, certainly of the possibilities that are out there. Contact AABE. It's www.aabe.org. There's opportunities for students. There's opportunities for industry professionals. As AABE always says, the American Association of Blacks in Energy is about energy knowledge for our community, our people, and our tomorrow. So thank you for being with us. I hope we've excited you. I hope we have turned on a light for the possibilities for you. And be knowledgeable, be happy, and tune in again for another segment of AABE. Thanks for watching.